They don't have a trunk service. A lot of them don't take PayPal. If you don't take PayPal, I'm not using you. Because I don't know what it is with that. Shall we completely unfold it and lower it? Sometimes the mowers lock in place, other times they just end up swinging around and not doing the right thing. Anyway, so yeah, that was the first sad bit of news. Now there is another big retailer which I have made use of in the past. Their website's not quite as informative, but it's the best of the rest of them. And then as I said, there's lots of small guys who do minor things, which you use. The smaller guys are kind of useful if you want something that hasn't been on sale for 10 years. They may still have stocks of it because they don't have as big a clientele and they don't have an impressive web presence. A lot of people don't bother looking at them, and so you can pick up bargains there. Most of the Canadian importers went pre-COVID, 2015, 2016, the Canadians who import UK stuff closed shop, and most of those were doing it as a hobby and really they were getting on in years. And that I think that's part of the problem with the store in the UK, Hatton's, is it was opened by first generation Mr. Hatton, and his son took over. I don't think his kids are interested in running the business. You know, it was nice while it was making money and it was looking after itself, but with regulations on exporting to the EU and regulations on all sorts of things, that British government just slaps regulations on top of regulations. It's a hassle to run your business there now. And so, yeah, if it's not your area of interest, then you're not going to do it as a hobby that makes money. So there you go. But that's gone. And then the Worley National Model Railway Exhibition also announced. Last year was their last one. Again, because it's a volunteer thing and they're all getting old. And you have to put in a lot of time for no pay to get the show done. And, you know, frankly, 70, 80-year-old men really don't want to spend months planning a show and dealing with all of the inquiries and everything else. Okay, I think Mr. Orange Tractor is done, if I can find him. Oh. So yeah, I think Worley was the biggest UK show, and it is no more now. And then, as I said, probably the biggest independent model railway retailer also gone. Not that I've ever been to. I might have been to Worley with my grandfather once, but many, many years ago, and he's been dead for 40 years. I'm not sure Worley existed back then, but yeah, it's not a show I can go to living in Michigan. So there's that. The nearest show I can go to is I think it's the Great British Train Show in Toronto, which is, I believe, in springtime normally. But my passport expired, so probably not going this year. Maybe next year. And the exhibition, for me, the Great British Exhibition is a good thing to go to because it gets contacts in the Canadian market who are importing. Sometimes an American will go up there, but mostly it's Canadians only. And, you have a website, great. I'll be visiting it frequently. And this is what I'm interested in, so I may, if you run a wish list, I will put what I'm interested in, and so you know what you're probably going to end up selling. I don't usually put just pie in the sky wishes on it. It's sort of a firm wish. I want these models when they're released in 2-3 years' time. So that's how that works. Okay. How's the windrower is still rowing. Pull this in here and we'll get this one set up. Of course. It's starting over there. Okay then. Aside from that, one of the manufacturers made new release announcements, none of which interest me, so no big deal. I am on the lookout for a couple of things, but I know they're already in they're in the design stages. They're not going to be released for a while. Plus, I need to get on with doing the thing. I'm downstairs in the basement sometime. Okay, what do I need to do here? Probably turn it on would be a good plan. And then not crashing into little orange tractor as he comes around the headlands, because he must be close. Yeah. Oh, green tractor. Sorry, green tractor's doing the headlands. But that's really all that's going on here for now. So throw up cruise control back to maximum now. Now that Deutz is well ahead of me, I can bail at speed. Which is a good thing. Now, who's going to get in whose way when we get to the headland at the end? This is just the first field. I think I'm gonna let him go first. But this should give us a nice supply of hay, or money. I don't care about the hay. Hay, nah. It's green. It sells well. The important thing is the income from selling it. keeps the farm going. And as I said, we probably want to go over, I need that lime spreader, and I'm probably don't have to do it this month. That's the thing. There's a lot of time between now and planting. I don't have to lime immediately. I've already got a cultivator, so I could go out and cultivate the field and just get it done. Oh, no. Excuse me, coming through. And then, what do we do after that? Yeah, we're really looking for our fields to be mowing ready. And I've only got one and the trash field that I'm putting barns on. So coming this way, I am able to make that turn quite easily because of the I don't even know what to call it. The fact that the field is getting shorter as we go up this way, so I can turn full lock, and it doesn't matter that I swing wide. I'm back on this immediately. Whereas when you're running parallel, perpendicular ends, you kind of. I don't have the turning radius to make it in one. Not with that size windrower. Now, I could get a bigger windrower. I think this time I'm just going to do it as it comes. And see, coming this way, I have to go out further in order to get the tractor all the way around. Okay. And I should really go and get the windrower started in the next field. Otherwise, we'll be delayed doing it again. So, he's now there. I went the wrong way. There we go. So, your road. Next one, I do believe, is through the gap there. So he's got a few minutes head start on me. Good. General field course. Okay. And the nice thing about pretty much having different. Hang on. There we go. Having different tractors do each job and using the same tractor for each job, it does mean that I'm ending up with, I don't have to rethink courseplay every time I enter a new field. And even if I do, the advantage here is once I've set up a tractor to do a course, it can do exactly the same course on every single field. So it's just, do what you did in this field the same as you did in the last one. Back. Yes, this is where I want to be. I'll go back to doing rows again. I do have the safety, or actually I have the class wide weight on the front, which may or may not help pushing things out of the way. I think the safety weight of the fence running is a little bit easier to push things out the way with. Okay, so back on the alternate rows again, and by the time we get to that field over there, the Deutz should have finished. How's the Renault? Renault's got 14 minutes, the Deutz has 23 minutes, 22 minutes, and we have as long as it takes. So I could go get the Fendt and grab all the bales on this field. How many do we have? 3, 6, 7, 10. I'm thinking about 19. Probably 20 if you count the one in the baler. So that's kind of good. We should end up, in that case, with about 28 on this field. And 28 would put us a full truckload. Of course, then the question is, which field do we get credited with first? I suppose I could check on that. So that one is exports. They're all going to the same place. So we'll just sell them where they sell, I guess. How are we doing for time? It is 10:21, which is not too bad, I guess. Rain is at 11. We've been going since 6 o'clock. Well, took us an hour to get set up, so if I've got everything baled, that kind of makes things good. The outside of the bale may get damaged, but the interior is going to be safe. And if I get them sold quickly, they're not going to rot. Okay, I'm thinking I'll go grab that patch a couple of rows ago that I missed, and then I can work up the headland behind us. Or down. One of the two. So missed a couple of patches here. Okay, tea is all gone. glass is empty, but I do have a couple of spares on the desk. Yeah, obviously not going shopping for any lumber today, or this weekend. But I did manage to assemble kind of 90% of the bench that I had already cut. The downside is I can't do the cross struts until I buy some more lumber, because I need to use those as a measurement for the miter saw cut length. I generally like to cut everything that's going on the same dimension in one go. So I know I've got 2 more benches of the size I'm making them to cut. So the plan is I will cut the cross pieces. The length is good. It's the width that's the problem, so I need to cut 10 more widths. As soon as I cut 10 widths, that's done, and I can move on to cut other lengths as and when desired. And Mrs. Osa is probably going to want some more planting boxes. I did have plans. She's got a couple of shallow, thin plastic planters. And because we're getting old, it's a pain in the back to bend over, sometimes literally. I was thinking of making a sort of a box on legs, tailor fits the 2 planters she has, so we can just put them in the box, and it'll look the same as all the other boxes that I've made, just a different shape. The bottom will be, the sides will be as deep, but the bottom will not be as low down the sides as the rest of them. So from the side they all look the same. From the top you've got plastic planters in this one. And then we decided we want to make some bigger planters, because then we can put different crops in. We're kind of good for peppers, onions. Not sure we did very well with onions. We did fairly well with tomatoes. But it's all, some crops, you've got to put them a foot apart. And if your planter is 2 feet wide, you can get 2 rows, and sometimes we'd like a little bit wider than that. Okay, that will be good. I'm going to turn that off and stop there. Let's go find the fent. Not that one, that one. Bales. As I said, I didn't count. We could check though, because there's that 29 bales. Nice. If the 28th one fell out of the back of the tractor, that will mean I can do all the things. Operating position, button 4. Out of the hedge, and then we can turn that off again. This is tricksy but doable, because we're running a dolly and not a trailer that swings wide. Okay. So dollies, pain in the butt to reverse, but actually quite good pieces of equipment for this particular map with some of the sharp turns I need to make. Oh, we're on the third row already. I've only got 16. Yeah, using auto load has reminded me. One of the YouTubers did want to see auto load available as a native thing as well. I mean, I tend to think what mods can't I do without? Generally drives the when I'm going to start playing a series on Twitch. Okay, exports. That is the one down opposite the BGA. Nice. And so much easier than a single point of contact trailer like the collecting wagon and the forage wagon. We don't have a forage wagon. The grain car that can be used as a forage wagon. Yeah, that one. So July 2 will be selling the whole crop. I could keep it until the price gets better, but it's kind of a quick, easy thing. I think this is the first time I've done bales of hay. Normally I'll do just run the collecting wagon, collect the stuff and dump it loose. I did see someone suggest that maybe loose hay should have a lower price than bales, just because you took the trouble to bale it up, and it's so much easier to handle a bale than it is loose a lot of the time. Okay, here we are. I should have put it in transport position, unload. Unload. Oh, missed the back row. Reset, and I guess we'll jump out and kick it. I'll jump at it. Oh, they fell on my head. I need to go to the hospital. No, gone. Good. Okay, 94% done on 91. I wonder which field I did first. Oh, 91 is the other field.